Hey guys, Crafty Gamer here, and today I thought I would do a little bit of a different video. Thought I would do a voiceover instead of what I usually do, a time-lapse video. And today I will be showing you guys how to make cold porcelain air-dry clay. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you like this, please let me know. So all the ingredients will be down in the description, but for starters you're going to need a cup of cornstarch. And then you're going to need a tablespoon of baby oil. I just use Johnson & Johnson's baby oil. Whatever you can find will work. And then you're going to need a tablespoon of white distilled vinegar. You can also use lemon or lime juice, whatever you prefer. And then you're going to need an 8-ounce bottle of just white school or craft glue, either, it doesn't matter. I used Glue All because it's a strong bonding glue. And then you're just going to need to mix it all together until it's slightly smooth. It won't get completely smooth. And it's okay if it's somewhat lumpy. It will go away when we start cooking it on the stove. So you're just going to need to set your stove to medium-low and just dump it all in there. And when you're mixing it, you should keep mixing it. You should not let it sit at all. Well, I guess you can for a couple seconds, but it doesn't matter. Just keep stirring it for at least, I think it's about 4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, and then it'll start to clump up. But it does take a while for that to happen. But just keep on stirring it. And the lumps will go away, so keep that in mind. It's okay if there are some lumps in it. Now here it's about 3 minutes later, and you can see that it's not sticking to the bottom so much anymore, and it's a lot lumpier than before. And this is the indicator that you're starting to get to the end of the cooking process. But it's still got about 2 more minutes left after this stage. So you're just going to want to not necessarily mix it, but just at least keep it from sticking from the bottom. And after a while it will start to form into a ball. And you just want to keep moving it around. Make sure it doesn't stay in one spot for too long, or else it'll start to cook unevenly, and you do not want that. And when you know you're starting to get done, it'll stop sticking to the spatula so much, and it won't stick to the bottom at all, which will be about a couple minutes after this stage. And you just want to keep moving it around. See, now you can see it's starting to not stick to the bottom very much at all. And this is the point when you want to start forming it into a ball. And you just want to keep like flipping it. And there's not much you can really do at this point besides flipping it and making sure it's getting warmed up. And it'll start to look somewhat smooth, but it'll still be sticking to the spatula too much. That's when you know it's got about a minute left at this point. And the whole process takes about 10 to 15 minutes depending on what kind of stove and how hot it gets. See here, now it's starting to not stick at all. It's barely sticking to the spatula anymore. And it is almost over. You just keep rolling around for a little bit more until it starts to get somewhat of like an outer layer where it'll start to be stiff, but it'll still be smooth and sticky on the inside. That's when you know it's starting to get done, or it is pretty much done at that point. And you just want to kind of pinch it and feel it. Now here I just have some parchment paper taped to the counter so it doesn't stick. And you're going to want to take some lotion into your hands and spread it all over your hands and start kneading the clay. And you don't want to do as much lotion as I did. I put way too much on. You just want to do enough to make your hands a little bit sticky, but not too sticky. And then you're just going to want to knead it like you would bread dough. And this takes a long time because you want to knead it until it's not hot or warm anymore. You want to knead it until it's room temperature and is cooled down. So you can do whatever method you want for kneading. I usually just do the fold over method. That works easiest for me. It will cause a lot of air pockets, but that'll go out later once we roll it out into a log. So now here you can see it's getting really smooth, and this is when I'm just about done. And it should be really soft and pliable. And then should be the texture and consistency that it comes out. It's a very, very soft clay. It's not as hard as you would use polymer clays. Now you just want to take a sandwich bag and you're going to want to put some lotion under your hands and smooth it all over the inside of the bag. This is so the clay doesn't dry out because it is air dry and the lotion helps it from drying out. And then you're going to want to store the clay inside the bag for at least 8 hours, which is usually you could do it overnight, or you can let it sit all day. And you want to make sure the bag there's no air in it at all. You want to make it tight as possible. And now you are done. And be sure to keep it in a dry area. Moist areas will make it mold. So here in my pan, I just let it dry completely, and then you just kind of peel it off, and that's the easy way to clean it. Or you can use a sponge and try to get it out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you liked it, please comment below. If you have any suggestions, please comment below, and I will see you guys next time.